Hi guys, I hope all of you are doing well. This is your Nifty Guy. Welcome to today's episode of Decoding Nifty with me. This is the series where we decode Nifty on multiple time frames to find out the best set of probable trades that we can take the next trading session. And while doing so, what we also do is we analyze what we had planned yesterday versus how it played out in the market. What trades did we take? How did we trail them? How did we take the test sell? Or how did we take, where did we take the target? Everything is being discussed in detail along with some very precious price action techniques. So stay with me till the very end. Today's video especially has a lot to learn. A major disclosure here today, I was net negative in profit and loss overall for the day. I made money in calls and I lost money in puts. So, yeah, there many people would be thinking, how is it that even possible? But that happens in the stock market. Explain everything. How did that happen today? So stay tuned. And in case if you like my videos, like the way I analyze Nifty, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your trading friends, and also put down anything that you might have to say in the comments box, be it feedback, be it criticism. I am open to both. And on that note, let's get started with today's video. So yesterday, what we had discussed was this line I had drawn in the market. These lines are all in the market. We had discussed that we will look at creating a long position in the Nifty above this particular swing high with a pullback, and we'll look at a short only below previous day's low, right? Market opened with a good gap up, went sideways for some time. Uh, our trade was ready, as in the execution part was left in case for after this particular pullback, if Nifty would have crossed this high, we could have taken a long, right? But Nifty started falling down from around here. And if you could see, Nifty gave a very good big fall in a very short period of time without any pullbacks, right? So this was the reason I could not capitalize anywhere during this particular fall. Now, I do not break my rules very regularly. Sometimes I'm also human. Sometimes I do break. Today I did break some of my rules in the second part of the half of the day, which resulted in some loss. I'll discuss and come to that. So that is the reason I do not want to break my rules, and I do not trade breakouts and breakdowns without a proper pullback. So today's move which came, so even if you would have shifted to a 1 minute time frame, there was, I'll just quickly show you guys, there was just a very small pullback around previous day's low, right? There's a very small pullback and market started to fall in a very quick momentum. And that is something which I was not convinced with. And these moves are something which becomes untradeable as per my system. So yeah, do I miss out on these moves? Obviously, a lot of times when these momentum like this comes where market does not give any pullback and continues to fall or rise straight in a momentum, I do miss those trades. But do I have any FOMO for that? No, absolutely not, right? Because I have a certain set of rules and trades. So again, coming back to today's trade, uh, as I always tell you guys, please try to make a story around what the price is trying to do, and then so in any case, you would have shorted anywhere around here or anywhere around here, you could have gotten a good trade. I'll see market opened below the zone above which we were. Market opened above the zone at which we were looking to create longs in the Nifty, right? And then it also immediately went below previous day's low, right? Market went up crossed previous day's high, went previous day's low. That showed some weakness in the market, and a short could have been created. For anyone who straight away jumps into the trade, this would have been one of the biggest trades of their lives, maybe. But for someone like me, who I wait for a proper pullback before creating any shorts, because in case you take the trade over here, the stop loss would be around day's high, or at least around this particular high, which is a very big stop loss, and I am not willing to take that risk in the markets, right? So this was the trade that missed. Again, the pullback came around here. This was the line that I drew. That was the sideways action, and that was the day before yesterday's low, which I had marked on the chart. Uh, because that is from where the buying had come in, a good buying had come in after the fall, and this was a good buyer zone. So any closing below this would have triggered all those SLs, which you could evidently see over here. Uh, and obviously, I will wait for the pullback. The pullback came around here. Now, again, uh, I was not too keen on shorting the markets around here, because if you look at the magnitude of the fall from the day's high, markets had fallen 400 plus points till from the time when I could have entered as per my setup with the stop loss above this high. Market did go down further from there. but I did not take this trade for two reasons. Now, number one reason, market has already traversed a very good distance. It can go further down, there's no doubt about that. But am I willing to risk right now with a fresh short entry is something. If you can see the momentum which was here was clearly lacking over here. It clearly went down, gave a pullback, then again went down, gave a pullback. So this momentum became sluggish, right? And there is a very high chance of getting trapped around here. Plus, I follow RSI very diligently, and as you can see, prices were making a lower uh, lower lows, whereas RSI was making higher lows continuously. And that was the reason I did not want to take any further shots around here. There was no major FOMO for missing out on this particular short trade that could have been taken, because as per my system, I did not give an entry and I trade only as per my system. Now, combined with the RSI positive divergence on a 5 minutes time frame and the change of structure, as I always say, you should always look at the structure change. So market till this particular point was making a uh, lower high and a lower low formation, as you can see. But around here, market took out this high, created a new high, created a new lower, a higher low as well. And then market once broke out, gave a pullback. I entered longs above this particular uh, high in the market, and this is where I made today's profit in the on the call side. In the first trade, I exited somewhere around here. If I would have held the position, it would have gone further up. But since overall sentiments were negative, was trailing my stop losses very tightly. And I also said the same thing in yesterday's video: keep your positions light and keep your stops tight, right? That is something that is going to safeguard your capital in the volatility that is currently in the market. The volatility is driven by the news around Indo-Pakistan war tensions that are being heightened around the borders. So I guess this is a panic scenario selling which has happened in the Indian markets today. Now I'll tell you about the second trade which gave me the loss. So market gave a good up move after the fall. Okay, I use two tools very diligently. One is RSI and second one is the Fibonacci. So from today's high to today's low, I drew the Fibonacci retracement, and what I could see was market had retraced exactly to the point of zero point 0.5 to 0.618 retracement zones, right? Now this is a point of reversal in case if the market has to fall down further, and this is just a retracement. This is not a reversal, but this is just a retracement, and the market has to fall further down. So this was the particular zone where which I had marked on my charts, and even the long entry that I had taken, my initial targets, in case of the market, in case market would have not triggered my trailing stop loss, my initial targets would have been somewhere around these levels, because I expected the market to take some resistance around these levels. Even if it had to break it, it would take some time, and then it would break it, right? Now, around these levels, once the market created a fresh higher high, created a low, then this high was not breached, and this formed a double top pattern at an important resistance level, and overall sentiment being negative. And you can say I have said that I had no FOMO of missing this move, but yeah, definitely I'm also human. That's a part of missing out on the short trade that was in the morning was there with me. So as per my system and as per my rules, I should have waited for this particular low to be taken out, and then I should have taken a short trade. But I took an early entry in anticipation that markets have taken and have formed a double top at an important resistance level. The sentiment for the day being totally negative. So technically speaking, everything was falling into place. But then uh, the markets kind of reversed. Eventually, the trade went in my favor, and if I would have held it, it would have given me some good profits. But uh, the moment the prices started going above this particular trend line, I had drawn this. So there was something else also going on in my mind. So which was that market has kind of formed a flag and the pole and the flag on the bullish side. In case of this is the reversal, it's just taken a small resistance from these levels, and it can break out from here and then continue the upward journey. That is why I exited my trade somewhere around here, and right after my exit, the markets went into the favor of my original trade, and it would have given me very good profits. I would have ended the day on a very good note. But nonetheless, as I said, today in the falling market, I made money in calls and lost money in puts. That is how markets are. And the original SL for my trade would have been above this particular thing. But yeah, I was not willing to risk it all, because despite making a good profit in the first trade of the day, this particular trade had taken my uh, profits away, plus given me net negative, which is well within the control of my daily limit that I have placed for myself of the loss tolerance. But still, that is something which happened with me, and that's something which will happen to you guys, which will happen to every trader, the best of the traders. So that is something that you have to be okay with, right? So as I also posted a reel about that, uh, just a second, guys. Sorry, yeah. So that is something that I posted the reel about, that regret is something that is always gonna be a part of trading in the stock markets, and that is a part of trading that comes as a part and parcel. So that is something that's completely fine. I'll start the new week on a very fresh note. Overall, the week has been green for me. Just today, uh, maybe the greed portion of me, maybe the FOMO slightly kicked in. I broke some rules. I did not wait for a proper closing below this particular level and entered the trade straight away. So I got punished for that. So nonetheless, good lesson and learning for me, and market will give you those lessons and learning from time to time. So that was the trade for today, and now again let's plan for Monday the 28th. Let us just delete everything. We'll start with the weekly time frame first. Today's video is getting long because of the entire trade that I had to explain. Uh, so on the weekly time frame, we can see that Nifty has kind of formed a doji, closed in green, but kind of formed a doji with a big upper wick, showing a good kind of resistance or sell-off coming in, or maybe profit booking coming in from the top levels, right? Now we are still above this particular resistance zone of ours. So as I also mentioned in yesterday's video, right? So just another point that I forgot to miss. Uh, as I told you, in case of a short trade, we will look at this as the first target and see markets touch this and immediately reverse from here, right? So this was a resistance first, which has been broken and now turned into a support, which might eventually again break and again turn into resistance. So that is how markets work. But that is something which happened. And as I also told you, markets have come up in a parabolic way. And when such moves happen, the downfall also comes down in a even faster way. So if we look on a daily time frame, the today's candle has actually digested what, 4 days of up move, all digested into one candle, right? So that is how market works. So the divergence that I was talking about on the daily time frame has been confirmed now. It was an open-ended divergence, but with today's closing, the divergence is confirmed. And right now we have to be, again, as I tell you, we have to be very, very cautious. Markets can continue even further down. Majority of the moves will now be driven by maybe the news of India tension escalations, which are the highlight at the moment right now. And whatever it is, we will tackle the volatility and we will handle the markets in our way that we do will while keeping it very, very simple. So for Monday, what I will suggest is let's draw. I'll just remove this particular trend line first. Connect this, okay, and let me also, I deleted that particular box of mine, which was the zero point 0.5 to 0.618 zone from where the markets took the resistance. All right. So a break above this particular, a break above this trend line, and above this, I think we should take a look at creating a longs only above this particular zone, which is the 50% retracement. Okay. And the short side trade can be taken below today's low. Just to draw a trend line around here as well. This is the simple plan that we should plan for Monday, the 28th. And again, I will, my sincere suggestion to all of you would be keep your positions light and trail your stops tight. That is going to save your ass. And don't be greedy like me. Don't have FOMO. That being said, but that is something which will always be there. As humans, we will need to control it. So that's it from my side for today. I hope you guys liked the way I try and read the prices in the live market, and I plan my trades well in advance before they actually happen. So while the markets were forming this particular lower high, lower low with a sluggish momentum around here with the RSI divergence, I was looking at the market structure. So once the market structure changed, the break of structure came in here. The market changed from a lower high, lower low to a higher high, higher low structure. I planned my trade and I waited for a proper pullback around here, and that is post that I entered the long trade. So that's it. That's it. I'll make a video on Monday post the markets about everything for the next day. So that's it from my side for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is your Nifty Guy signing off. Cheers. Have a good day. Thank you.